Come with me as we go wine tasting at Centennial's Vineyards, where we went to the restaurant, and Artemis Wineries. So today we are going to do the wine tasting review. So before we get started into it, I want to show you the candle that I bought. And because Halloween is around the corner, I wanted to get this one. So it says boo.
Here's my little electric lighter.
Getting into it, I want to show you guys what I bought. Here we go. So this is from Centennial. This one is not alcoholic. In fact, this one is a nectar. So we're going to this beginning of 2025, I was going through a little bit of a transitional stage in my life. It was quite difficult for me. I was just happy to try something new. So at the beginning of the year, I decided to take myself out on solo dates. So I booked in a Devonshire tea at this winery called Centennials. I had a lovely time by myself. The best part is no one is around until 12:01, so I basically had the whole restaurant to myself. These scones were like 11 out of 10. They were so fresh and the cream was so fluffy, and I just had the best solo date ever. No solo date is complete without buying yourself a rose. So when I sat down, I brought out my journal and I started writing down everything I wanted in the future. Around this time, I just finished The Richest Man in Babylon. What stood out the most in this book for me was going to affluent places and living in an abundant mindset. So that is what the Babylonians did, and I thought, why not give it a try? Not long after that, my best friend wanted to go wine tasting at Centennials, so I took her there because last time I only tried 2, but this time we can try a few more. During that time, I was reading Becoming Supernatural. It talks about thinking of yourself in the future and don't think about the past because then you'll be repeating. Best thing ever because I think I low-key and manifested it. Afterwards, we had a cheese platter and we just sat there just enjoying the afternoon without anyone around. A few months have passed and I decided to take my dad out to Centennials for father and daughter day out. Here we meet the winery security, Ned. He was such a good boy, making sure everyone was greeted, and he did an amazing job at securing the place as we wine tasted. He even sat beside us to make sure we were having a good time. I even explored the place a little bit. They had paintings you could buy here. While I was exploring, Dad was basically ticking on the wine that we should try because he is an alcohol expert, because he does beer in his garage. So I just let him choose the wines that we should try, and it wasn't that bad. Most of these wines here are winter wines, so they're not as sweet. I really enjoyed the bubblies, especially the sparkling. When we were having the sparkling, I bought ourselves olives. This was the first time I actually ate olives, and they tasted exactly how I thought they would, which was salty. They're not my favorite, but Dad loves them, so I decided to, try them. As long as it makes my dad happy, I'm completely fine with it. Considering this is a wine tasting, you're meant to try something new, and Dad was so nice to actually get us wine he bought with credit from the wine tasting that I bought us before we went into the restaurant. For walkings, we had the best spot in the house, in my opinion, because not only do we have a beautiful scenery, we also
got to experience the whole beauty of the place, because look at that, it looks like something straight out of a fantasy movie. So when we were sitting down, I ordered some sparkling water, and what I found interesting was if you ask for ice and lemons, it just elevates the whole meal. They did ask if we wanted wine, and I just explained to them, like, we just came back from a wine tasting from the cellar, like we don't need any more, like I am driving. But this sparkling water made it feel like I was drinking bubbly, even though it was just mineral water, and the lemon really sold it to us. We decided to get ourselves some barramundi. It had lovely basil sauce, capsicum, even a little croquette. I believe that's what it's called. But everything was cooked to perfection. So one of the best things about having a father and daughter day out is because we both love fish, but not everyone in our family does. So it really was a treat, because I find steak very heavy, but with fish it feels really light. I would have much preferred to have like a pink or a white wine with it, but we already were tipsy enough. And it's crazy to think that not too long ago I wanted to be in this exact spot with someone and just enjoying the atmosphere. So after we ate our lunch, we decided to get some dessert. So Dad wanted a coffee and I wanted to get myself a brownie with vanilla ice cream and caramel. It was the best little treat for me, and I was like, oh my god, I love it, because I am a brownie girl at heart, and this brownie was amazing, especially with the caramel sauce, because it just sold it for me. And look at this shot, it looks like something out of a Bridgerton. While we were there, we couldn't get over the fact how quiet Centennials was, because there were people around, but there was reservations after 1. So we were able to walk in before the rush. I believe it would look really good at nighttime, but we went through the day. But even the daytime, like everything, like people were on their best behavior, everyone was quiet, minding their own business. There wasn't many kids around, I probably saw 1 or 2, but that's the beauty of going to a winery. It's mostly adults and people who are going on dates and elderly couples just wine tasting. This place is so beautiful. I heard they do wedding revenues, and I don't know, maybe one day, who knows. But yeah, that concludes our father and daughter day out. And in a weird way, I think I low-key manifested it, because I always wanted to come back here again. On the way home, I took my dad to Artemis Wineries just to show him where we should go next time. Dad really enjoyed the vibe, so he got us a wine tasting and a cheese platter. There was also a wood fire option, so I got ourselves a margarita. Just to soak up all the alcohol, they gave you a mouthful, but wine is one of those things where you only need a little bit to go a long way. And the margarita pizza really filled up my belly, so it didn't go straight to my head. Even the cheese platter was very nice. I like the sauce that went with it. But overall, this place was very family orientated. Everyone was either dressed up or they dressed very casually. So this place was definitely for the family, for the friends, because there was a lot of people just lying on the grass, soaking in the atmosphere and having just a good time. Like all wineries, they give you credit after you finish wine tasting. So my dad got us a wine called Goddess. It was so pretty and very much worth it.
So that is the wine that we ended up getting. It's actually so pretty because it's Artemis Wineries and the Goddess from the Southern Highlands. My favorite out of the two is definitely Centennial, because Centennial is great. But Artemis is more family orientated, like more laid back. There was a few people without any shoes on there. but with Centennials, you need shoes. You can't get in without no shoes. A lovely father and daughter day out at the wineries, and that just proved to you, just go places by yourself first, and then bring people in with like your best friend and then your parents. So after that meeting, me and Dad decided, you know, we should do at least once a month a winery trip, because there's so much wineries in the Southern Highlands. Got this booklet from the Southern Highlands, and in it has local places, and one of which is all the wineries around the Southern Highlands. So we've already been to Centennial and Artemis Winery. So I'm thinking, for me, I'm just gonna get a pen and start crossing them off. So much for watching. If you want to support me, my journal Becoming Her and Becoming Goddess is on my website. Mind to like, subscribe, and leave down your favorite wine. Like, are you a red, are you a white, or are you a pink drinker? Hope you have a wonderful day.